I'd like to call up Kylie Davis and Diana Prieto from the Energy Institute High School.
Yeah, there is. Lift my hand, it comes right up. Yeah. What about the podium?
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Diana Prieto,
My name is Kaleigh Davis.
and we are coming from Energy Institute High School. So many of you may not know what that school is because we are pretty new to the energy industry. We have just started for about 3 years now. We are the first graduating class, and we are also juniors. We don't have seniors so far just because we are such a new school. We started off with 200 students, and so does every grade level, and we focus more on the engineering slash energy area of it. So we have petroleum engineering, offshore technologies, geosciences, etc.
Now, what I'll just like to put in there that it is also one of the first schools in the nation to focus solely on engineering. So it's gotten us a lot of, global perspective, especially national-wide as well.
So I asked these ladies to come today because one of the things we talked about is what is the next frontier, or what is the next generation think. And I know we've had some very great discussions today about technology, about policy. So I'm just going to ask a very simple question of both. Why does energy matter to you?
I'll start that off. As we all know, energy makes the world go round. I know a lot of people say things make the girl, but energy makes the world go round, and it's an important necessity in all of our lives. We wouldn't even be here in this room or talking to people, internationally if it wasn't, for energy, if it wasn't for, all of the aspects that it puts into making it something real.
So I feel like energy, like Kaylee said, it does make the world go round, but it's something that constantly changes. So we're learning every day new experiences, new technologies that come into place. So it's shaping our world into something that's better for the new generation. It's better for older generations to just kind of learn how to communicate, how to network, how to learn different aspects of how we live our life daily and how we can gain that knowledge even better than that.
Okay, about 8 months ago, I got an email, and then I got a phone call, and then I got another email from Kaleigh, and it was, I want to join Pink Petro. And I said, well, we don't let anybody in, under the age of 18, at least
Oh, it's
not
pretty
yet.
sad.
I know. But I guess I wanted to understand what attracted you to want to become part of Pink Petro, and what do you see as the value in Pink Petro?
So, one of the things that really attracted me to Pink Petro was the fact that she was we're doing something different. I mean, you were pulling all of these resources, you were connecting with so many people. And I think we met at like a world conference, offshore technology conference. And I saw Katie over here, and she had her big old sign, and she was all bubbly, and she was like, "Hey guys, da 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 da," and I was like, "Guys, let's go over here and see what she's saying." And so I pull them over here, I pull my group, and she gives us like this entire basically summary of everything she was pitching. And it pulled me in, It was like she's basically gathering all of these experts and having them, put all of their information, those blogs, those posts on there. And it's a way for everyone to connect, even globally. It's like a way for everyone to just come together and connect. And that's not something you really see, especially with it, security wise, because some stuff may, not even make sense.
So I kind of want to add to that as well. It was so genderly diverse. And that's something that you don't see much in this industry, especially in our school, because even in our school, it's primarily male figures that are there. So seeing that there is a corporation or organization coming in saying, you know, it's Pink Petro, we're allowing women to be in this industry and to stand out, that really drew me in because it was so genuine to something that I was really kind of pushing forward in my school. So both of us are a part of a group called Ladies of Energy Institute, and that's something that is just the girls from Energy Institute. We do conference meetings, we do guest speakers from women in the energy industry. So when we saw someone come up to us and tell us about what their vision was, it was so similar to what we have at school. So it just kind of drew us into that. It's also such an emphasis on positive impacts into the industry and what we can bring to the table, which really helps out.
Well, I appreciate that because I always like to kind of get the perspective. We all think very differently. We come from different backgrounds. We're in different generations. You're actually a part of my child's generation, so I'm learning a lot. She's on the tail end of that generation. She's 5. But so I guess the last question I have for you is, there are a number of people in this room who are either future bosses or a number of leaders you know, in the energy business in this room. Is there anything you want to ask them, or is there anything you want to say?
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much because basically what you've provided for me is a new beginning to something that I can keep up with. And so we're basically, you know, the future leaders. That's what everyone tells us. And I haven't really had a chance to, you know, embark on that because, you know, I'm just now, you know, on the steps to a higher achievement than what I could be. You know what I mean? And so, with this being said, I would just like to thank all of, you know, the companies out there, you know, Shell, Halliburton, Chevron, for funding all of the activities, guest speakers, you know, field trips that we've actually been able to go on because of you guys. You are like opening a window for us. They say, you know, engineering, blah blah blah, but what is really engineering? What is STEM? And that's not something many people know. However, all of these, you know, industries give us a chance to realize what it is.
So I'd like to say from my aspect and point of view of that, you guys have given us such a gateway opening to kind of see what an industry and corporate life is really like. We come from a high school, and you guys, many of you wouldn't really realize that. If you saw us walking up these stairs, you'd be like, oh, they're part of us. But we're not, we're high school students. But because of your guys' gateway to that, we've able to adapt to the way of life, the way of speaking that you guys do. Just we're able to mimic that and be able to continue that into the corporations that we want to go into working. So I just kind of want to give you guys, like, if you guys want to clap for yourselves, I mean, this is dedication that you guys have. Like, this is something that's major, you know? So I want to just say networking skills, 21st century skills that you guys have provided to us with your guest speakers, with the corporations, with the field trips that we get to have. That's just something that's really important to us as a school and to us as a generation that's learning and wanting to follow into your footsteps. So that's something that I wanted to add.
And following up, it's like surprising that not many people know the little bitty tiny things that are important, like giving a person a handshake. Come on, Katie. Giving a person a handshake when you come in a meeting or when you leave a meeting. It's like so bizarre. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate your mentorship. We really appreciate your networking with us and just the follow-up that you guys have with us and the understanding that we're the ones that are going to be following up with you guys, and we're the ones that are going to be your next energy future leaders. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
this is a shameless plug. If you're a decision maker, I know Fred was talking earlier about the lessons learned in the 80s. This is our next generation. This is our next generation.
I'm blushing.
I know you are. She likes to write, dude, Miss Mehnert. I'm kind of getting used to this whole dude thing. But no, this is the next generation, and I want to encourage you as decision makers and as leaders and as people aspiring to move into leadership roles in your companies, to continue to support this next generation, because that's what's going to drive the next frontier and the next future. So thanks for coming.
And
Thank
you
you
guys
for
having
inviting
us.
us.
You can hand it to her. Yeah,